we go.
What a beautiful dedication.
Yeah, whatever.
This one goes out to CC Mensa.
Where did Lance go? I saw him pop in, then he's gone again.
Huh? He's right there.
Hi.
Oh, wait, not that Lance, the JD.
Not that Lance. How many Lances we got now?
All right, I'm just going to add JD to the thing, so when he comes back, he's automatically on the show.
When he comes back in, everybody should turn on their auto avatar. Everybody all at once.
Or just show our butts.
You guys, I'm here.
Oh, he is here.
Oh, man.
So, movie night tonight, eh?
Yeah.
Is it?
Did you hear that? Jeff said, hey.
Eh?
Hey.
That's my line.
Beat you to it, Pete.
Oh, man.
Oh, brother.
So 10-1, we'll have some summer poop movies on the list, I'm sure. But
so summer movies can mean a lot of things. You know, movies that you watch during the summer.
Right.
Movies that came out during the summer.
Right.
And movies that take place during the summer.
Thank you.
So there's lots of choices.
Yes. None of mine have anything to do with summer.
Screw the topic.
We don't need no topic.
Topics?
2 of them aren't even movies.
I didn't know anything about movies. I just heard there's going to be refreshments.
He thought we said boobies.
All right. I got to move Lance and JD because the double GoGameGo on top of each other is driving me crazy. Here we go. 2 logos right on top of each other.
Go.
Plus the one over here by Pete. Those 3 of them.
Oh, man.
So what's going on? What have you guys been doing this week?
If I time this just right, okay, I got to think here.
I got to figure this
What
out.
if I do this?
Just keep your pants on.
Oh,
Big
Wow,
bird.
look at that, dude. That's slick. You are a clever individual.
He's gonna stand there throughout.
You know what the problem with this is? I haven't had a beer yet. So I'm going to have Patty's Brew Pub in Wolfville, Nova Scotia.
Oh, that's a neat label.
Blood Orange Ale.
Yum.
Hey, Pete, can you look through the little hole in the logo there in the middle?
Look at my glasses.
It's gonna have like a Mr. Magoo thing kind of going on here.
We have 2 logos up there. Let's see. Give me
I'm just trying to remember what Pete said a minute ago. What you said, I thought I'd try that, right? I was like, how many times has your wife heard that over the years?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she'll be along later. You can ask her.
I just thought I'd try that. All righty then.
Not again.
That's your 3rd tape.
Yeah, Saboteur. We need to do our bracket stream. Those are
We're
awesome.
still waiting to do the second part of that last one.
I do like when people know how long it's been. That's saying something.
That's dedication.
That's dedication.
Yes.
How long's it been? Been over 6 months.
Look at Pete. He's going to start wringing that can out just to get every last drop.
That was coming.
I do that.
Mama C is here.
Power up time.
There you go.
Now to see if I have the guts to ask her this. Is that what this is about now?
Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't find it all that. It didn't bother me a whole lot. So.
Oh no, I didn't figure it would.
Stuart, you are here for a short time, right?
I am. I actually have this right here because this is the original Eddie Van Halen book of photos and anecdotes about Eddie Van Halen by Niels Lozauer, photographer Niels Lozauer.
Great book.
We've ever seen. talked about him before. He's been on Hammer Away. He was gracious enough to do an interview, and it was he had a great time. JD was with me, and we just had a blast. And this book is amazing. You can order it online. And he had a few still left at one point in time. I think he does. The Van Halen one is sold out.
Yeah.
And he will autograph it before he sends it out. So this is the regular book, and it's got the sleeve on it too.
And he's got
I say this because I'm getting two things. Right now, since the show's not going back yet, it's not back yet. The second Eddie Van Halen, Niels Lozauer photography book is out. It just came out. You can order it straight away from Zlow's, and he will sign it as well. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to purchase mine out there, and he's going to sign that for me there in person. And I did find the Van Halen book that he did through a thrift store online where I used to work. I used to work for them here in St. Louis at the warehouse. And I asked him the other day, I said, I'm just wanting to be considerate about this. I purchased it from this site. Is it okay if I bring the cover and you can sign it? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, okay, if it's not cool, just tell me. But he said it would be cool. So
Hey,
had Lance not told me about the show tonight, I would have probably been ordering it right now. Like, seriously, I was about to.
Really, what should happen is I should just buy you one while I'm out there to pay you for the Amico.
Oh yeah, that we could do something like that too. I didn't even think about that.
I just did.
Hey, Stuart, is that the same photographer that took that famous shot of Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth at McDonald's?
No. No, I was somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah, that was some just local guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great photo.
But no, he did tons of other shots that he toured with the band quite extensively in the early years. So these are all from the late 70s through 1984. So great book, fantastic shots. There you go. He did the Van Halen 2 shots. So it's a great book, and they have things in here for little anecdotes from Elliott Easton, Ted Nugent. Do you remember, Jeff, my story about meeting Elliott Easton?
No,
I didn't know.
Yeah, he was hanging out with Doug Feiger at the NAMM show.
Elliott Easton. Wait, is that the Cars guy? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that the guy with the glasses?
Yep.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
I love
the
the
guitar
car.
player with glasses, because Greg Hawkes was the keyboard player with glasses.
Oh, true.
So yeah, Warren D. Martini, Les Paul, there's an iconic shot right there.
Yep.
That is
And I
classic.
saw that I saw a lot of that gear at the Met that had the guitar exposition there.
Oh, really?
They had the original like reverb tank that's in there, that World War II bomb reverb tank that's in the back.
Yeah.
That amp. It was remarkable. I was just like, it was glass,
Yeah.
Otherwise I probably would have walked off with it. I mean, I would have messed around with it. I mean, I wouldn't have touched it. I would have respected that.
So yeah, check it out. He's also done. They had a Motley Crue book as well with Neil, that a bunch of photos of them, and I have 6-string Heroes over there that is full of stuff. He's shot like Steve Vai, lots of shots of Zach Wilde,
basically everybody since Hendrix, the Stones,
John 5, all kinds of people. So
he did all the photography. He actually I believe he got a Grammy for Appetite for Destruction because he did all the photography for it, and they gave him an honorary Grammy for it. So all of those shots that are like in the jacket and the press photos.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good
those
stuff.
are classic. And you can also be sure to, if you haven't yet, I know I've mentioned it on the show a few times, but if you've not seen it yet, In Your Face, YouTube, free, go out and watch the Niels Lozauer story. And it's a lot of fun.
And that other Van Halen book's fantastic also. The one that's paired with that, and then the new one will be great. And the new one is all new photos, evidently not in either of these two books. You go to his site, you can see. I mean, he's just taken thousands of photos.
Yeah, all the way back, Led Zeppelin, David Bowie,
tens of thousands of photos of other people, but thousands just of Van Halen. It's pretty remarkable.
And some of them are iconic to us, but to him, he's like, it wasn't one of my favorite shots. Like one of his friends really loves the one where it's black and white and Pete Townsend. It's back in before Who's Next, I believe. And he's jumping in the air and his feet are apart. He's in a white jumpsuit. And that was Neil all the way back in the day. So he was a teenager shooting a lot of stuff. And
his way in.
Yeah. And then he's got a book because he eggs on his subjects. And so then he's got a book where everybody's flipping him off. So
that would be a fun one to get.
Yeah.
That's
so yeah, check it out. Anyway,
we should probably get your movies in before you have to take off.
I'm gonna fly out to California and we're gonna have a lunch with him. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Cool.
So movies, since we're talking about summer movies, one of them that I wasn't aware of and Jeff just watched as well is Summer Rental comes to my mind because we just watched it and it's about summertime. So when its release date was, I don't know. I'm sure it was during summer. One of the other things that I did some extensive research about was James Bond movies. Because I was thinking, well, did they all come out in the summertime or which ones did? Because I watched a lot of those. But only some of them did. It did. Summer Rental came out in August of 85. So right at the end of summer. So does anybody know how many Bond movies there have been?
A lot.
25.
25.
Wow. Okay.
Jeez.
I own them all. Even Skyfall. So bad. Skyfall. There's so many. The Roger Moores are not my favorite, but they're one of my friend's favorites because that's what he grew up watching.
Me too.
And
now, the 25, does that count Never Say Never Again? Because some people don't count that.
That's not in that list, I don't believe.
What about Casino Royale, the original? That's
not on that list either.
The new one, I guess, is that considered a Bond one, but
Yeah.
not the original one?
Right.
That's
right. Was the original Casino, was that Peter Sellers?
David Niven.
David Niven was in that. That's what I was going to say. It was either one of those. Yeah. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Now let's see what happens. So there's 25. How many of those 25 do you think were released in the summertime?
Good question. I have no idea.
All of them.
All of them? Okay. No.
Well, the last one came out in the winter, right?
What's that?
Didn't the last one come out in the winter?
Yes.
Summer is kind of that blockbuster time, though,
Yeah. Well, there's 25 of them, not including Never Say Never Again, which was a remake of Thunderball, right? Or was it Dr. No? It was Thunderball. Yeah.
Remember.
It was a remake of Thunderball.
That was with the Lotus Esprit with the in the water. I mean, the submarine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So only 11 of them were in the summer. The rest were fall and winter, which was interesting because a lot of them were in November. And Pierce Brosnan went on to make that movie, The November Man. So anyway, but 11 of them. So From Russia with Love was May of 63. You Only Live Twice was June of 67. Live and Let Die. All of those, from Live and Let Die to License to Kill, all in the summer. So they went fall, and then they went summer, winter, summer, two in winter again, and then they did a bunch of them in a row. Live and Let Die, Man with a Golden Gun were both in June. Spy Who Loved Me was August. Moonraker was June. For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, A View to, were all in June. A View to a Kill was May. Living Daylights and License to Kill were in July. So everything else, pretty much November, October, and December for the most part. I think there was only, everything else was fall or winter. So just thought I'd make mention of that. Fun stuff. And yes, I saw that. Was it Saboteur that said something about On Her Majesty's Secret Service? Who's watched that one? Has everybody seen that one with Lazenby?
Right.
No,
Years ago.
All of them, but yeah, as a kid, I was really young.
I had never seen it until I purchased a big box set, which went from it's everything of the licensed movies. It's Dr. No all the way through Skyfall on Blu-ray, big 50th anniversary box set. And I had never watched it until I got that probably, 5 years ago. And I liked it. I thought it was really well done. And it had Diana Riggs. Yeah, Rig, right? Just Rig?
Rig.
Diana
The
Rigg.
Avengers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
was
Game of Thrones.
I watched that for the first and only time when we were getting ready to do the James Bond movie show there back. How long ago was that? Was that over a year ago?
That's easily a year ago.
Easily, yeah.
Because I started watching the James Bond movies and I got right through from the first one with Dr. No. And I think I got through to like the Living Daylights or something like that. Then I didn't watch any of the newer ones, but when I went through all those, and that was the first time that I watched On Her Majesty's Secret Service with what's his name? Can't think of it. You just said it.
George Lazenby.
George Lazenby, yes. And I thought it was awesome. I really liked it.
I did too. I'm like, why haven't I ever watched this one before? This is really good.
Yeah.
I thought it beat the heck out of a lot of the Roger Moore movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the forgotten Bond.
The first 3 or so, but after that.
What was your guys' first Bond movie that you remember seeing in the theater? I know mine.
I don't mind too.
Okay.
Never saw any of them in the theater.
Spy Who Loved Me, I think, was my first one.
Whatever the last one was called, that was my first Bond movie in the theater.
To Die For?
And
Yeah, it was.
Or Time to Die. Time to Die.
it's all
Oh,
Moonraker was my first in the
Oh,
theater.
Moonraker.
For your eyes only.
I may have seen Moonraker in the theater now that I think of it.
Easton did the theme song to
That
that.
sounds familiar. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Sex bots.
Yay.
Oh, wow.
Well,
That's what
subscribe.
happens when we talk about Bond, I suppose.
Yeah, they could at least subscribe on their way out.
Yeah. Could you at least subscribe? So anyway, that was that. Some other favorite movies that I think about summertime: Caddyshack.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yep.
Jaws. Grease.
Yep.
Was freaking. I just couldn't believe how huge that was.
That was released in the summer, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then they had the soundtrack. Soundtrack was huge all over the place. They had multiple hits at the same time. The title track was one of my all-time, still remains one of my all-time favorite pop tunes. Written by Barry Gibb and, sung by Frankie Valli. I mean, it was just a big, awesome culmination of things that all came together and really made a huge. Now, that got me thinking about Saturday Night Fever, which I wondered if that was released in the summer, but it was not. That was a December release at the year prior. And, of course, there you go. Star Wars.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Nice.
That is a good summer movie, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 77 was a great year. Great records came out that year, too. Point of No Return and Grand Illusion are two of them that come to my mind. So, and Talking Heads, 77. Yeah. Blake's not loving the sex bot thing. Dirty Dancing was one later on that hit. And then the one that I was talking to Sullivan today about was Gremlins movies. You think about those because of the holidays, but they came out in the summer. Both of them.
Did it?
Were Back to the Future and Jurassic Park like summer blockbusters?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I think the first one was. At least.
I think so. It'd be worth checking that out. To the future.
Chuck was
Weekend
sends sex bots right to your channel. We'll be there waiting for you.
Just open the door and there they go. Yeah, it was July of '85. That came out. Because then the following year I was playing those songs on the radio. What's another one I have here? I mean, I want to talk. I could say Star Wars. I mean, they've mentioned Star Wars in the chat here tonight. I mean, that was huge. Because in '80, didn't Empire Strikes Back came out in the summer as well of '80, right?
I think it was May as well. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I just remember seeing my brother and my mom were at church camp, and my dad and I went and sat in the balcony and watched the first one, summer of '77. So that was just killer. Just
May 21st, 80. Yep.
Oh, Wrath of Khan was summer of '82. What else was summer of '82?
Tron.
Okay. What else? I'm asking you to say it. It's 2 words, and I love the soundtrack.
FM.
No, but that's a good. I wonder. That must have been in the summer. I'm assuming. Megaforce.
Oh, Megaforce. Oh, ooh, yeah.
Right letters, wrong order.
Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty wild. You want to switch those, you MFer? Yeah. Of course, Top Gun, huge, and now we've got the new one. But yeah, so that was released in the summer, which was awesome. I think we all.
How about the Bill Murray trifecta?
Yes.
Of Stripes, Ghostbusters, and Meatballs.
Meatballs.
Well, Meatballs was the first one that came to mind because that's summer candy.
Yeah.
So that was the one, like actually that is the first on my list.
They're all released in June. They're all June releases.
Small Soldiers, July of '98. That was a great summer flick. Karate Kid.
Yeah, that's on my list.
And one last one, Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, good one.
But I guess that came out in the summer, but it took place during the school year. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So I was kind of confused on that. I was like that could go either way. But I mean, I remember it vividly seeing it in the summer in the theater.
I just hit somebody at work with the theory of what they say about that film now, right? Is that a good thing when somebody has a theory about the film and when you think about it, you're like, that really makes sense. But I don't want that to be right, but it kind of makes sense. So the theory about Ferris Bueller, I think I've mentioned it here before, is that it was all a dream in Cameron's head because there's no way. Like LA. Okay, so I'm going to be out there, right? Lance, you'll get a kick out of this. So I said to my friend, I said, so here's the plan. And I was looking at my when to return train trip, right? They had one at 3:52. I love train schedules, 3:52. And it would return back to San Diego at the hotel or near my hotel at 1 something in the morning. And at 9 o'clock, I'm sorry, but the other one left at 3:52 and it would get back at about 8 o'clock or something like that. And I said, do you think that can happen? And he goes, oh, and now Lance is gone. There he is. So I said, do you think we could do that 3:50? He goes, the thought that you think we can take off, go and do lunch, make it back to the station, and you take the train back at 3:50, that's just cute, he said. That's so cute. He goes, this is LA, Cat. I'm like, yeah, I know. Just checking. So, But yeah, that's pretty much my list. So look at that. I'm right on time. I'm right on time. And if so, for anybody, I don't. Oh, Poltergeist. Do you see that
Yeah,
one?
there's a big Poltergeist conversation going on in the chat right now.
Yeah,
Fantastic movie. I love that movie. I always have.
and of course, Independence Day. I've not ever been a Poltergeist fan.
No? Oh, I love it.
I remember seeing it. I've seen it twice.
And it's
One of my favorite. I'm not a big horror guy, but I mean, it's a classic for sure.
yeah.
Well,
Me
and
neither. I don't even consider it. It is kind of a horror movie, but it's above a horror movie. It's not a slasher. It's not a cheesy horror flick. It's an actual movie
yeah.
with some pretty deep stories and really good effects. And
Well, not only that, but it does fall right into JD. It does fall right into your affinity for films that are horror films, but they're funny.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why I like Zombieland.
Zombieland is great. Zombieland is great.
Wild zombie stuff is a little much.
Yeah.
So you missed one very important one, though.
What?
Right?
What?
Stuart?
What? Which one?
You missed one really important one.
No, I'm sure I haven't. Oh my gosh.
Summer
Oh my
blockbuster.
gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm getting sick, I think.
That was the summer of December 2019.
I'm sorry. I don't actually think that time frame is real. It's been wiped from my memory.
Lance, we got a request for you to talk.
There'll be a time.
From the Go Game Aquarium. Oh man, what is this?
That's fun.
Good Dio, this beer is hitting the spot. What kind are you having? That's what I want to know.
Cold.
Cold.
You
Very nice.
get to that stage, it's cold.
Very nice.
I'm gonna go press
So,
you want EverCanadian?
yeah, I got a coupon in the car.
Your car? I'll take your car.
Yeah. Caddyshack, Summer of '80. That was great. That was a great film. I just love that film. Love it.
Animal
classic
House,
bits in it.
summer of 78.
See, that's what I was wondering. I mentioned that one today too when I was talking to Sella about these.
I saw it on videotape.
Saw it on videotape.
It was
Yeah,
it was just I was just a little too young to really appreciate that. Oh, Cannonball Run. Yeah. Was that summer? I mean, I remember seeing it in the theater, but
I'm pretty sure it was.
yeah, that's
Look
got
at-
it on my
How
list.
about this one? Jeff and I are hitting that thing at the same time, I think. How about this? Was not Rodney's first movie, by the way.
No, I don't.
What was his first movie?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I do not know.
Distracted? Do you know what it was?
Fill us in.
He's got a bud.
It's working. He's got two eyes there.
And
It's working. He's got two eyes. Budweiser is what I'm drinking.
I love that scene where he's insulting that hat in the club there, and he turns around and he sees what Judge Smale's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Looks good on you though.
This is where we're supposed to coordinate. This is where we're supposed to coordinate it, though. Ready, Stu, Lance, Bud,
Wise.
perfect.
And my other favorite one is Chevy Chase when he says, don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a terrible slouch. And of course, the $6 Million Man moment. No. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Okay, I'm having a tough time breaking away. Okay.
Breaking Away. Remember that movie?
That's a good movie.
It was
Yeah.
summer, but
Bicycle.
I love that
Yep.
movie. Good.
I love that movie too.
We just watched it a few months ago.
Speaking of bicycle, I want to know. I'm going to check one other one. What's another bike film? Anybody?
American Flyers. Kevin Costner.
Very good.
Uh,
good.
Quicksilver. With
There you go. That's it. That's the
Quicksilver
one.
Bacon.
Kim Bacon.
That was a good movie. Bike
I'm
messengers are insane. Like in real life, they're just to witness those guys.
That was a winter film. Came out in February. 1986. But I love the theme tune sung by Roger Daltrey.
Retro Rich.
Rich.
is here.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, really good and powerful. Great tune. I am
Rich, you were working too late.
Rich is working too late tonight.
It's 8:30 his time.
Rich. Good to hear from Rich.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time.
I was just asking about you, Rich. I was hoping everything was going well, and I heard things were going well. So I am happy to hear that. All right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of the night. I'm going to turn this on while I'm working around the house and have it on, so I may chime in at you and give Pete some rising crap.
Just before you go, don't forget.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you just kick me in the shin? Why you busting my balls? Stop busting my balls.
Okay.
He's good.
Okay.
Here it comes. Pete, 1 in a million. 1 in a million. So you guys enjoy the holiday weekend. Everybody enjoy your holiday weekend. Have a safe one and an awesome one.
Oh, that's right. 3-day weekend.
That's right.
Stu, safe travels.
You too, buddy.
Yep, safe travels.
They hit his lows for me.
I will.
I'm happy for you though.
I will. And if it works out that way, I might just get that book for you so we can just work that out.
Oh, well, that's cool too. Yeah. Let's we'll figure it out. Let's chat.
Yep, we'll chat about it.
All right, man. I appreciate it though.
Enjoy, folks. Good seeing everybody. StashNet, I'm glad to see you out there. I messaged them, so I was like, here, So I was hoping to hear from them. So that's great to see you tonight. Yay. She's all good.
StashNet,
All right.
answer your question. Take care, Stu.
See you, Stu.
Yeah.
StashNet, in answer to your question, yes, I have seen Youngblood. It's great. I own it. That's the hockey movie with Rob Lowe and oh God, I can't think of his name.
Dennis
Dirty Dancing.
Patrick Swayze. And also Keanu Reeves played the goalie. And he actually was a goalie that actually a very good hockey goalie in real life. But I love that movie. And it was funny though, our hockey team went and saw that. I think it came out in like January or something like that during hockey season. And our team went and saw it. We like sat in the front row and like bagged on the movie the entire time because they're like so fake, Like meanwhile, like it's not like Slapshot was that realistic, but we love that, right? But I remember just bagging on it for like the entire movie, but then like going back and watching it several times and then buying it because it's a fun movie. It is a really fun movie.
All right, you guys got any favorites?
I did throw together a list. I mean, I did carefully plan a list coming up.
That's more than I did actually. So you're doing well.
As Stu was talking, I was typing away. But I can give somebody else the floor that actually did prepare for this evening. Anyone?
That'd probably be Lance.
Everyone do?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go for it, Lance.
All right. Well, I went for summer theme movies. So my first pick from 1984, The Flamingo Kid, starring Matt Dillon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's a coming of age movie.
Wow.
In 1963, a Brooklyn high school graduate gets a summer job at an exclusive beach club. He gets tempted to live the fast and rich life, which goes against his working class father. Matt Dillon's the star, along with Richard Crenna, Janet Jones, the future Mrs. Gretzky. Hector Elizondo also has in smaller roles Bronson Pinchot, Marissa Tomei, her first ever screen credit.
Oh.
Fisher Stevens, John Turturro, and Leon, directed by Gary Marshall. Some notes on the movie. It's the first ever movie given a PG-13 rating. However, it was shelved for 5 months. So the first PG-13 movie ever to be released was Red Dawn. Remember that movie with all those stars?
Yeah.
The lead role, which is played by Matt Dillon, actually Matthew Broderick had the lead role, and he dropped from the production. And when Matt Dillon was hired, they rewrote the role for him. Good movie, worth checking out. Nice little summer theme, and some good music from the '60s too. Worth checking out if you can find it.
That is a great movie. Do you remember Matt Dillon's first movie? At least what I think is Matt Dillon's first movie.
I first remember him in, was at My Bodyguard was the first one I remember him in.
Oh, well, that's a good call. I was going to say Tex.
Oh, okay.
I think Tex might have been somewhere around that time. But, My Bodyguard, that was a fantastic movie.
My Bodyguard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make Peace and what's the other?
Yeah. Baldwin. What the heck?
Yeah. Was it a Baldwin?
I think there was a
First
Baldwin.
Make Peace, the same kid as from Meatballs, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wow, Pete. That was good. Yeah.
That's the only stuff I ever remember him, but it's the same kid in both shows. Played the same character pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm going to do oh, go ahead, Lane.
No, so you have another movie? I picked 3 movies, but I figured we just go around, take one at a time.
Oh,
I know one I like is my favorite baseball movie, Bad News Bears.
cool. Yeah, we talked about that a lot. That was great.
When did that come out? Well, I mean, how
76, I think.
76? Yeah. Oh, I saw that. I saw that in the theater with my dad. That was actually the first R-rated movie I saw.
Oh, wow.
That was R.
I didn't know it was R, but I suppose back in those days it sure was, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I think Walter Matthau had a pretty foul mouth in that, and I think that's where that came from. And it was amazing. It was like every other coach, of that time. I had coaches like that.
Well, how many Bad News Bears movies were there?
What's that?
How many movies were there? Because I know there's the Matthau one, there's Tony Curtis, and then the later reboot, if you will, with Billy Bob
I only
Thornton.
saw the
That was
first one.
actually good. The Billy Bob Thornton one was actually pretty good. I didn't want I was prepared not to like it, but he's a great actor. But it was like Bad News Bears and then Bad News Bears Breaking Training. And that was, I think, the original cast. Like the first 2 were, I think, somewhat the original cast. Maybe not everybody. And then there was like a third one, maybe in between.
They go to Japan. Bad News Bears go to Japan.
Yes. And I saw all those. But I mean, the best one was obviously the first one. You're right. It was Bad News Bears Breaking Training, and then Bad News Bears Go to Japan.
Japan. Okay, that's the one with Tony Onoki, right?
Yeah,
the wrestler.
Yeah.
Vacation.
It's funny when I was looking at these, I was going back and forth on summer theme movies, but also going to the movies when before, I'd say like late 70s, early 80s. My buddy and I would ride our bikes up to the local theater, and that was like a thing where you go get Slurpees and whatnot, and see the movie. So there's a lot, and then when also before we had our license, parents would drop us off at the mall, and see those summer movies. So that was those are really memorable, just in general. Just movies that we saw in the summer as kids.
Here's one we got talking about earlier on. I said about Animal House, which I love. Animal House, always have. I've seen it 100 friggin' times, and I can remember whatever reason I enjoyed John Belushi back then. I like John Belushi. I was 10 years old for P6. I shouldn't have really even known what John Belushi was, except for I had all my other older brothers and sisters who were in their early 20s, mid 20s. So I ran into Saturday Night Live at the time. But another John Belushi movie, other than the Animal House this summer, is the Blues Brothers is a summer movie. And
yep.
God. I didn't.
He only has a few movies, and I love them all, except Neighbors, which really sucks.
1941 was okay.
But I liked it. He wasn't. He was such a little bit part in it compared to everything else. But still, 1941 is overall somewhat entertaining and too long, that's for sure. But Blues Brothers, that's a movie. If I'm flipping by and I see Blues Brothers, I can stop no matter where it is. If it's 5 minutes from the start or 5 minutes from the end, I can watch the rest of it.
Absolutely love that. The soundtrack, the car chase scene was one of the coolest scenes.
Yeah, through the mall.
People think of Bullet, Steve McQueen and stuff but this movie, I mean, that was the most ridiculous.
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark.
Yeah.
Wear sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Hit it. Yeah.
Jeff Davis is here.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
No, Ted Williams isn't in the poll. He's not eligible for this.
And another, like, I'll go to, and DJC just had it up on the screen there a second ago, but another one of my all-time favorite movies is Vacation, the original Vacation.
Oh, absolutely. That's on my
Because I love that movie. And actually, I saw Vacation and Strange Brew at the same night at the theater here in town when I was like grade
Perfect.
12, 11.
Wow.
And so Strange Brew was a great summer movie then too. Hey,
I thought you were going to say you saw them both at the same time.
I
Well,
saw
that's pretty cool.
Strange Brew at 7:00 and I saw Vacation at 9:00.
Did you pay for them both, or just sneak into the second one?
I paid for both.
Oh, Pete, come on.
Oh, God, right. I used to go over to the theater and I'd buy books of 10 tickets for like $2.
Nice.
It worked out like $2 a movie. So
When tickets were that cheap.
yeah,
Nice.
way back when. No, that's great.
I'll tell you.
And that's Canadian, so that was 47 cents American.
Wow. I haven't seen that many double features, but Stripes and Stir Crazy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I saw the same night, and that was amazing. I saw that with my dad. Okay, here's my summer one. It's actually two movies, but consecutive summers: Muppet Movie and The Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah.
Like those, and I just vividly remember going to see both of those. One, I remember riding our bikes to see the Muppet Movie, and then the other one, our parents dropping us off at the mall, just like I was talking about before. And both I saw with my best friend, actually the guy that went and got to play the Amico, the same.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah, we used to do everything together.
Nice.
Oh, Rich.
Slide
snuck
one in
into
there,
his-
Lance.
What's that?
Into his share back in the day.
Back in his year, back in the day.
Nice.
The drive-in around here was the big sneak-in place. How come you go to the drive-in alone, and then you pop your trunk and 6 people come out of it?
Somebody
Speed Racer did with Chim Chim and Sprite.
Yeah.
You mentioned the drive-in theaters. I love those, and we had one by us, and then they tore it down, and then they built a multiplex, and that was cool. And now the multiplex is torn down. But yeah, the drive-in theaters. We have one near us. We've yet to go, and we really, really should. It's got multiple screens. And when I lived down in Florida, like Fort Lauderdale area, they had this place called the Swap Shop. So it was kind of like a permanent flea market, but they also had multiple screens at the drive-in, which was
Nice.
Except, summer in South Florida with the windows open, you're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, and theoretically it's great, but when it's really, really hot and really, really humid.
They always sold all kinds of those. I don't know, there were the coils that you'd light one end and they coil around and burn and put smoke everywhere, which is probably so carcinogenic it was crazy.
Oh yeah,
They sold those by the dozens at the Canteen drive-in theater here.
When's the last time any of us have been to drive-in?
Oh, geez.
I can't even remember. I must have been
Early 90s for me.
It had been mid 80s, but I don't know about you guys, but the DriveIn Experience came back a couple of years ago during the COVID lockdowns.
Yep.
A lot of the fairgrounds would have projection screens. Like I would be when California started opening up, I'd work a race at the fairground, but I could see in the distance they'd have 4 projector screens, and they were showing Grease at a couple of different shows.
Very cool.
And the whole parking lot, was filled because people were just starting to get out again.
Yeah.
And that was relatively safe.
and they started doing some concerts that way too.
Yeah,
Drive-in concerts. I went probably when I was living in Florida, I guess 15 years ago. I saw, and then so we've seen some outdoor films where they have just a giant screen at some of our local parks, and
Nice.
And that's pretty cool. I mean, just hundreds of people just on the lawn watching it. It's pretty fun.
I know what Pete's doing this weekend.
Yeah.
There's one about there's a drive-in about an hour and a half, and there's one in Prince Edward Island I know of too. There's more than that. I think I don't know if one is Shediac, New Brunswick still running as well, but I know there's still a couple going. But They're far and few between.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the drive-ins around here were gone. Just land values. Just
Remember the
took it
attachment,
over.
like the old school like attachments that they used to attach to the window?
It was worse than AM radio.
Before
You
it
mean
was
the clunky speaker.
yeah. Before it was that.
So hilarious. Okay, you saw the video, the pickup video did a couple weeks ago. Probably last week from Shediac Flea Market. Okay, where I had a bunch of stuff and some pictures there. It was amazing how many of the different people, like there's people who go to flea market week after week, all around the area. And for whatever reason, about 6 or 7 of them had these big boxes of these. All that was left was the big speaker, the big gray metal part that would hook onto the window. All the guts and the wires and stuff were taken out of them. But they're all selling these things that come out of an old flea market somewhere, and they're really neat. And it's like, I kind of like to have one of those just to sit on the shelf. They want like $40 for one.
Oh,
It would look really good in the Go Game Aquarium, though.
It would have looked great in the Go Game Aquarium.
Maybe I could hang it off the side.
Before you get rid of it.
My God, the thought.
The aquarium wired for sound? That'd be awesome.
If only I had a thought of it. I still think he needs some LED lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Maybe for Christmas we'll string lights in there.
Well,
You
for
think
sure.
it'll last that long?
Maybe it's a she, and that's why CC Metal's so jealous.
Oh.
It's a monstrosity.
It's a thing of beauty.
It's the stuff that dreams are made of.
Hey, I got another one. Airplane that came out in the summer, and I remember.
Oh my gosh, what a great movie!
Oh,
my parents and my friend came with us.
I just made a reference to Airplane today.
There is no day that's inappropriate to make an airplane reference.
I was driving silly to work and just trying to put on. I don't know, what were you trying to put on? Lipstick? I can't remember.
Yeah, I was.
You trying to put on lipstick and it was kind of bouncing around. I said, by the time we get to your work, you're going to look like that lady from Airplane.
Well, coming out of the bathroom.
It's great lines, great cast. Heck, Barbara Billingsley, the Leave It to Beaver mom, talking jive to the guys on the airplane.
Jive talk? Oh,
yeah.
That's bad. Anyway, the second Airplane was good too with William Shatner.
I liked it. Yeah.
David Camacho, I like how you think.
My favorite scene in that was with the bay doors going back and forth and him standing there looking like he was on a screen, but he was actually it was just a window, and all the sounds of the doors they would be making with their mouths, like that shh, shh, that in Star Trek, they were doing that with their own voices, like purposely on the screen. That was fantastic.
Here's another one that's what drive-in theme fits perfectly is American Graffiti in 1973 was a big summer blockbuster.
Great movie.
Yeah, very, very good movie and very released in the summer and set in the summer, right? Although California, I guess they do that 12 months of the year, right, Lance? Isn't it in California?
Yeah, it was filmed in Petaluma, which is about an hour north of San Francisco.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That was John Landis, right?
No, that was Lucas.
Was it Lucas? I thought it was Landis. I'm confused.
Look at Coco.
What's your favorite summer blockbuster?
Well, I got another summer theme movie, and let's see here. Make sure I got it.
You are right, Lance. You are right. I stand corrected.
The Sandlot.
Oh, yeah, that's on mine. Yeah.
From 1993. See. Rotten Tomatoes says 64%, which I kind of disagree with. But the summer of 62, the new kid in town joins neighborhood kids to play baseball in the local Sandlot. Starring Tom Geary, Dennis Leary, Karen Allen, James Earl Jones. Took 42 days to make the movie. And the interesting note, or infamous note, the young cast, they snuck away during filming to go to a local theater to watch Basic Instinct. And believe it or not, that was filmed in Salt Lake City, Utah. So great summer movie. Wow. I think they've made 2 sequels. I know one went straight. I think 2 of them went straight to video.
I didn't see any of the.
Yeah.
Sequels. The first one was fantastic, though.
The first one, yes, absolutely fantastic.
Now, I don't think this one's set in the summer, but it's one that we've discussed quite quite a bit over the last few weeks, or we did quite a while a couple weeks ago, and it definitely went straight to video, and we were kind of looking for it, and that is.
I didn't even know there was a 2.
The perfect summer movie.
I've been on the hunt for that for quite a while now.
That is, yeah, that is going. I could take 2 for what it is. It's almost like the Zaxxon. If you could say it wasn't Zaxxon, if you say Slapshot 2 wasn't what it was, I mean 2 at least had some stars in it. Gary
Well, it had the
Busey.
Hansons in it.
It had the Hansons in it. Yep.
I've seen 2. I might have like on cable or something like that. I think when I saw it, I was surprised it even existed. And then 3, I couldn't.
Oh, hats off to Pete for finding 3.
I think that's amazing.
I know I've got it around here, and that was one of those buy 5 movies or 6 movies at Blockbuster for $10. When they're shutting down. Okay, a Slapshot. Let's see.
There's Something About Mary. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Passionate. War Games. That was kind of like beginning of summer, I guess. But
yeah,
I really like that movie.
War Games.
Favorite movies of all time.
I can still remember summer in '83, and we went up to Bangor to see Return of the Jedi in the summer. We also went, and nice. I can remember when we were there, Raiders of the Lost Ark was also playing at the theater. We didn't know what it was. So that was a summer movie. I saw Temple of Doom was released in the summer. And we watched 2 movies that day. We saw Return of the Jedi was the main reason. And then we decided not to go see Raiders of the Lost Ark. We saw Superman 3 instead with Richard Pryor.
Oh, yeah.
That's a summer movie.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I remember seeing all of those.
As is Superman, because I saw Superman for the first time at the drive-in.
Ah, that's cool. I remember seeing 3 at the drive-in. Wow.
That's one thing about up here where I am. If I saw the movie at the drive-in, it's a summer movie because they didn't have that place open after like September, October.
Yeah.
You just pull up in your snowmobile.
That's right.
Your skates, you just skate up there.
Yeah, there was nobody sneaking into the trunk then.
You get locked in the trunk.
What if the trunk didn't open up? What happens?
Yeah, you probably just hoped you had enough air.
The one by us, the drive-in by us now, the current one, is supposed to be really fun, and I've never gone there, but I know they're very strict about bringing in food. They will actually, there's a fee if you want to bring in your own food, and if you get caught sneaking people in, you get kicked out and like banned. Like they're like really, really strict. Because
the new drive-in,
they make money off of their food and vending and stuff like
sure.
that. So I kind of get it, but like at the same time, like I hear like it's just like polar opposite experiences. You got like all the people that love it, that play by the rules, and then all the people that review it that have gotten kicked out.
Yeah.
So there's no in between.
How do you stop people from bringing food in their car?
Yeah, they check. They check. I mean, they literally. I heard they, look in with almost like a police interrogation with a flashlight. They look in.
Sounds like a great time.
No, but again, like you play by the rules, and it's supposed to be a good time.
It's supposed to be. I know you said it.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of friends that go there regularly, and like they know the owner and stuff, and. No,
I mean, I get why they search. Like, for example, the races I work. Most of the places you can't bring food in, so if somebody has a bag, they can look through a bag. But to go through a car and
a little hard pressed.
That's a lot.
And like
we just would always stop. There was no problem taking food into our drive-in. I mean,
so we had, and like even the regular movies, like you don't get, I mean, you got to be like, kind of stealth about it, but like you stick your Twizzlers down your shirt. And,
I bought my box of Junior Mints for 98 cents at Walmart, not for $12.75 here at the stand.
Paying the $10 for like 20 of them in the It's like the big box, and then you open it up in the cellophane, the plastic bag with the candy in it. It's about a quarter of it.
It's
like Halloween size, like snack, like fun size, but in a big box for twice the money.
Roger says the Stripes was the first R-rated movie he went to without his parents. They paid for PG and then snuck into the R-rated Stripes.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
hilarious.
Well, I remember
Yeah, that's funny.
seeing, because I saw that with my dad. I was, I guess, pretty young. What year did it come out?
Stripes,
Yeah.
81.
Yeah, so I was fairly young. But
Stripes, look that up.
Stripes is still one of my all-time favorites, and also,
yeah,
I have my my Stripes Funko Pops.
Nice.
Andy.
Oxenberger.
Winger. An ox.
Nice.
Ox with his bikini, like from the mud wrestling scene. So he's actually got, I don't know if you can see it, the mud on his face and bikinis that he tore off the mud wrestlers.
Oh, Lost Boys. Oh,
yeah. Great. Oh, Lost Boys, we had to sneak into because it was like, I think that was one of the early PG-13 or something like that, or NC-17 or something like that. And I can't remember how we ended up getting into that, but we had to, either our parents came in and said it was okay or something like that, or we snuck in. I can't remember which one. But that I do remember seeing in the theater and being almost turned away because we were too young. It was weird. Oh, there you go. You got John Winger. Yep. That's
Winger, yeah.
The one I got. Is that the one where
That's
he's
the
like
only one I have.
rifle?
Yeah, this is the bottle. Rifle and the.
There's a variant of that. I like. This is the one I like the best. But there's a variant of that.
I love this. How many people could you guys fit in the trunk of your car to sneak in a drive-in? Our record was 4.
Well, did you have that country squire? Did you have the country squire station wagon that could fit like 10 people in it?
I'm picturing popping the trunk and you hear like circus music playing.
Yeah, really.
As everyone's piling out.
I got Caddyshack's one of my all-time favorites. What was I going to say?
That was a terrible movie. But Bo Derek did look good. Terrible movie. Yes, I did see it. Oh, wow. Look at that fastback. Now, there's 2 of my favorite movies of all time right there. One everybody knows and one nobody knows.
Excalibur was well done.
I love Excalibur. It was. I saw that in 1980 when it came out as well. I was pretty young.
Yeah, is it Nigel Terry, Helen Mirren with a young Liam Neeson?
Yeah. Wow. That's a hard movie to find a good copy of nowadays too, Lance. I have a DVD, but it's not a great quality made DVD. You just don't see. I've never seen a Blu-ray release of Excalibur.
I haven't seen Blu-ray either, but I know for a while at the bargain. Well, this is probably 15 years ago. Bargain bin at like Target. Excalibur. That's where I got mine.
Yeah,
Porky's.
The regular.
Porky's, yeah.
Was Porky's in the summer? I remember Porky's came out while I was in schools. All I know, because if we talking about high school.
Yeah.
Right. It might have taken place during summer. I don't know.
Well, speaking of summer in school, I've got an offbeat one, but I used to like it as a kid. Summer School.
Oh, I remember.
Mark Harmon and Kirstie Alley. I remember liking it as a kid, but from '87.
Lance and they marry each other? Aren't they married at some point?
I don't know. I just remember had a young Courtney Thorne-Smith, directed by Carl Reiner, who also did Summer Rental a couple of years earlier. Yep. The high school where they filmed that movie was the same high school where they shot The Karate Kid.
Oh,
wow. That's cool.
But it's an underrated kind of a young kids comedy deal. It used to show up on, Saturday afternoons, on free TV. But I remember enjoying it.
Forrest Gump, summer '94.
Forrest Gump, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I have that written on my page here too as one, because that's another one of these movies that is, if I'm flipping through and you get to it, doesn't matter where the hell it is in the movie, I can sit there and watch the rest of it. Nice. Love it.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Mama C was talking about Lost Boys. I I think if I heard correctly, they were coming out with a reimagined version of that, an updated version of that.
Really?
Personally, I don't want to see that, but I mean, I love the original, so
yeah.
How are you going to beat that?
You know, it's funny. That's always been one of her favorite movies. That like different movies like Young Guns and stuff like that. And I don't think if I bought Lost Boys 4 back when I was buying VHS tapes, I may have. I don't really remember if I did or not, but I know for a fact that she's seen it so many times. I'd never seen it until during COVID. We sat down and watched it one time, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it. It was
theater and Betamax.
Betamax. Bueller. Bueller.
What a world.
No, I didn't
no.
get it for. I guess. Well, we'll get it for.
You were talking earlier about Jedi.
Yeah.
Two things on that. One, we saw that at the last showing of our largest theater in town. It was called the Nova Screen in Northern Virginia, and it was the largest one in town, and that was the last of the big theaters in the suburbs, at least, because they all became multiplexes after that with much smaller screens. But so yeah, seeing Jedi on that big screen was phenomenal. And but we got a real Rise of Skywalker movie, Corvette Summer.
Oh, I do like that movie a lot.
Mark Hamill's rise to stardom. And he had just moved from our neighborhood. And then he moved out to, I guess, California to become a movie star. But he went to our high school briefly. And I didn't know him, but he lived right down the street from me. That's all I got. I had no idea.
And now he's in a Jack in the Box commercial out here.
What's that? He did a Jack in the Box commercial?
He's in a Jack in the Box commercial as a former employee that Jack's put into work.
I guess that was before the blockbuster that was Corvette Summer.
Anyone actually see Waterworld?
Oh, yeah, I liked Waterworld.
Not all of it. I've probably seen half hour of it.
I love that movie. And you know what? I actually liked The Postman, which was, I don't want to say it was a sequel, but it was that same kind of like post-apocalyptic kind of movie.
Postman. What the hell's his name?
Oh, you talking about Costner?
Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner. Thank you, Lance.
Yeah.
The Postman, Kevin Costner, or The Postman Always Rings Twice with Jack Nicholson and Justin Wang.
The Postman, Kevin Costner. I was thinking about that though. I was thinking exactly that as it was coming out of my mouth.
I saw The Postman Always Rings Twice, and I was about 13 or 14 on HBO, and I think the expression on my face was like.
I remember when that was on cable. Like we didn't have cable, but like my grandparents had cable, like up in New Jersey, and actually HBO specifically, I guess, saw it on.
So I looked it up. Mark Harmon was married to Pam Dauber. Actually, he still is, I think.
That
got married in '87.
Yeah.
And Kirstie Alley was married to Parker Stevenson.
Parker Stevenson, from the Hardy Boys, right?
Hardy Boys, yeah.
Start calling Mark Harmon Mort too.
Mark Harmon.
Yeah, he was
Mark Harmon.
He was a star quarterback at UCLA and then made it in the movies.
We just had a comment about Mort from Mort
Oh,
as well.
yeah,
What was
we
it?
were watching something and they aged. Like they did a flashback. It was like some kind of cop show.
Oh, that was one of those shows on ID, like those murder mystery things, and they showed the real cop, and then they showed the actor cop playing his part, and for some reason the cop was like, what was he, 15, 20 years older than the actual cop? And we're like, what's happening here? Why'd they pick such an old guy? We always laugh because like who they would pick for you on one of those shows. You'd be all pissed off at the wrong person. That doesn't look like me. What is Blood In, Blood Out?
I
hope that's a movie.
Uh-oh.
Big Block does not want a Roadhouse remake.
Roadhouse was actually a good movie. I didn't want to like that, but I actually really did.
It's not bad. Chris, she just said on there that we have different tastes in movies, which we do, but she loves Roadhouse. I like Roadhouse too. It's okay, especially with Terry Funk in it, right?
Terry Funk.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yeah.
Oh, Sam Elliott. I don't care about Sam Elliott. It's got Terry Funk.
No Dory?
And Terry Funk wasn't in one of those. Was it Over the Top? The arm wrestling.
What was he?
Sylvester Stallone. They had a bunch of wrestlers in that movie.
I love that movie. Well, actually,
I enjoyed that.
I love the theme song to that. That was Sammy Hagar doing the Over the Top. Great theme song.
Oh, here you go. Rich has seen Blood In, Blood Out.
Ooh.
He likes it too.
Excuse me.
It's a prison movie.
Brian F. just named one of my favorite movies of all time as well. Time Bandits. I don't remember it being a summer movie. Probably was summer movie.
It was. That is on my list actually. So
Time Bandits.
Here's my story. So we went like every summer. Like my birthday's in July, so every summer we would get our friends together and like pile in a car and go do something. Like whether it was go to a movie. One year we went to like Goddard Space Flight Center, which was kind of neat. We'd like rent a station wagon or something like that and like throw everybody in there. Anyway, so we went and Time Bandits was the movie, and we saw it at one of our local theaters, and the movie broke no less than 3 times. Like there's some dude like taping it together in the back, like, you know, sweating bullets. And so then they finally just like gave us a credit. And then I think we ended up seeing it like the weekend later. You know, I can't remember if it was at the same theater or a different theater, but they, I think we saw it a week later. They got a new cut of the movie. They gave us vouchers and we went back.
They comped you.
Yeah. But that movie
awesome.
still holds up. We saw it about a year. We saw it during COVID again, and Catherine's son hadn't seen it, and I was like, I don't know if he's gonna like this. You know, a teenager, he freaking loved it, and I was amazed how well that movie held up.
Yeah. It's a kind of movie that you could, it's 40 years old, and you could almost watch it today and go,
yeah,
it was made like last year.
Yeah. Well, most of Terry Gilliam's stuff, you know, where you got that kind of like surreal type, you know, futuristic scenario.
Hold it. I can sense it. We're getting off tangent here.
We are.
Terry Gilliam movies. Did you like The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
I have not seen it. It is on my list. Actually, so is Zero Theorem.
I don't know.
That's the one after that.
Is that the one with Heath Ledger?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it good? I
did see it.
Heath Ledger died in the middle of it. Yeah.
Is it good?
I really like it, but I like Terry Gilliam movies, and I like that style, the Monty Python-esque, the little bit bizarre, the Time Bandits, basically. Big Block, I just had to make sure I showed that comment that he just made, because that's a very good point. It was probably the biggest hit of the summer of 72.
What's that?
Deep Throat.
I was a little young. I was 1. So I wasn't seeing that. We did sneak into the adult theaters during the summer. Speaking of summer movies, we did sneak into the adult theaters at a fairly young age. And
well,
I think we might have seen like something like Behind the Green Door or like Misty Beethoven or something like that.
I want to come back to Roger's comments, so leave that back up here because I think I've seen that one. But you're talking about sneaking into the adult theaters. Well, our drive-in, which I've been talking about all along, was on the American side. It was about 5 or 6 miles out of town on the way to Bangor. Okay, and it was basically going down the highway, and then you took a gradual turn to the right, and the screen was right on the side. So as you're going down the highway, at this point, there was a point where you could basically see it was at a sharp angle, but you could watch the movie going down the highway for about like 5 or 6 miles. Well, no, about probably 500 feet, 500 yards. Probably you could watch the movie.
How many ranks?
They used to put Triple X movies on there starting at like 11 o'clock at night every weekend on the big driver's screen. So
He's
everybody's
just doing this round trip.
You know what's funny about that is
well, gas was with $1 a gallon, so no problem.
so we would have
we're parked at the road.
Well, Pete, you remember like the 4 o'clock in the morning hockey practices, right? So
Yeah.
like we would drive out at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to get there at this one rink, and on the way was a drive-in theater with this huge screen, same thing, playing adult movies at that like late hour, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, look!" And like, keep your eyes on the road, son. Keep driving. And as I got older, we had a good laugh about it, but 10, 11 years old, seeing that was a little bit.
Eventually, ended up building a blockade section so you couldn't see it anymore. They made them put something up,
like a sound wall or something.
Because even the regular movies, being able to see so much of it driving down the road was extremely distracting for anybody driving.
Yes,
let alone when it was like behind the green door,
Well,
a lot of people drove off the road into like ditches, like
I just said,
all these cars along the road like broken down.
So here's one that came out in the summer. We'll call a summer blockbuster. Let's bring us back into the stream. In 1939, The Wizard of Oz was released in the summer.
Wow. And none of us were around to see that in the theater.
No.
But
we've all seen it, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, as a kid, I remember it was a big deal when it was on network TV.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Saturday night or something like that. CBS.
That's right.
That was a thing. Like everybody was watching that.
Those flying monkeys, man, it was horrifying.
Did you ever do that thing to play Dark Side of the Moon? Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon started at the same time as the.
I have, yeah. I've seen it. It's interesting.
Is it? I mean, like with that movie, you could put any album.
it is what it is.
Like that.
It's not like, oh my God, that's amazing or anything like that. But
I think if you smoke enough weed, it will. Or drop enough acid or something like that, everything makes sense. But like when
you could probably put Dark Side of the Moon on and like just watch the window in your washing machine.
Right, exactly. I mean, that was me watching Pink Floyd The Wall like completely like straight. Like I was like, I don't understand.
You know what?
Well, everybody's going, this movie's amazing. I'm like, I know the music's great and the animation's cool, but what the hell's going on?
I said I was going to bat that one. Roger, it seems to me, I remember. Roger says, I got one for you guys. No retreat, no surrender before Van Damme could speak good English. I think I remember that. No retreat, no surrender. One of these kung fu movies, or martial arts, anyway.
But early Van Damme, though.
Early Van Damme. I think I remember seeing that way back. That would have been when? Early 80s? Mid 80s?
Before Sudden Death. Hockey movie.
I remember liking Universal Soldier with him and Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaws. I remember that ruining the beach for me as a kid. I never felt the same way. Still don't.
No, I didn't see it till I was probably 20, damn near 20.
Have you seen the behind the scenes on those John Jaws?
Really cool.
A bit.
Yeah.
But it was like if the whole bit is the suspense of the shark coming. Well, the darn thing didn't work.
Yeah.
If it would have worked, it'd have been a totally different movie, a different vibe to it.
This is true.
I didn't see, I might have seen Jaws 2 in the theater. I did see Jaws 3 3D in the theater. I remember seeing that.
But were you lucky enough to see Jaws 4 in the theater?
Was there a Jaws 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Then there was the spinoffs like Orca. And
isn't that the one where they move out west and the Jaws follows them through the Panama Canal to attack the family?
That sounds familiar.
On the West Coast? And Michael Caine gave up what? What was it Michael Caine gave up to do Jaws 4?
What was it, a land shark?
No, the best land shark was Saturday Night Live.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Candy Graham.
It was Chevy Chase, right?
Land shark.
Yeah.
Land shark.
Candy Graham.
Girl Scouts.
Such a stupid But you laughed every time.
It was really dumb.
Yeah, and he'd say something stupid like, "I'm just a dolphin, ma'am," and then, that's different. And she'd open the door.
Those are my favorite skits. Are the ones that are just so stupid. Like, I remember in the early '90s when they had Tarzan, Frankenstein, and Tonto.
Well, like they have like singing "Little Drummer Boy" as they go out, and they're all different. Yeah.
I love Phil Hartman as Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Sharknado.
Sharknado.
I still haven't seen it. I can't.
There's like 6 or 7 of those now.
What's the one that's out now? It's got some kind of even weirder name than that. What was it? I don't know. I saw the first one. That was it.
Speed. Speed was a summer movie. That was good. Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. That was actually pretty good.
That was good. But did you see the second one?
I did. The second, I can't remember if the second one was good or not. Was it any good?
Speedy.
I
Never saw it.
Oh.
I think it was on a boat.
Yeah.
Speed 2? It's supposed to be absolutely horrendous. I think I have actually seen it.
Speed 1, I remember we got there late and we were stuck in the front row in a big screen theater. And I just remember, I ended up seeing it again later, I think, but seeing it that close and, obviously that kind of action up close was making me dizzy. Like almost to the point of like not enjoying it, but it was a pretty cool movie.
You liked it? Well, I remember they had if you call it publicity stunt, because it was filmed on the 105 freeway, which goes right to LAX, to the Los Angeles airport. And it was not completed when they filmed it. So when the movie came out, they had a big thing. What's going on? There's a runaway bus on the freeway, and helicopters were chasing it and all that stuff. You can't go below 55, or it'll blow up. And this was like on the local news on 2 or 3 different channels. And people didn't know if it was real or, what's going on. And then they said, yep, coming soon, Speed.
Oh, wow.
I like a couple of ones that you guys met. I'm sorry, I was a bit distracted. King Kong 76. Do you remember that one?
I saw David Camacho mention that. What? I'm trying to think.
Jeff Bridges one.
Jeff Bridges, Jessica Lange.
Oh, Jessica Lange. Okay.
I went to the drive-in to see that one too, and I can remember I went with my sister and brother-in-law, and I was about 10 or 9 or 10, and my brother-in-law had me convinced that halfway through the movie they had this big giant ape that came in out of the woods.
Pete, you were all over the place when you were 10.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, hey, I got one that we missed. Risky Business.
Yeah.
Seen that one at least 10 times, but yeah, I remember seeing that in the theater.
I remember seeing it at like a small family reunion kind of gathering, and they had that one line when they've already dumped the Porsche, and the guy goes, "Well, who's the U-boat commander?"
Who's the U-boat commander? That was one of my favorite lines of the movie. That it was like yada yada. I'm being chased by Guido the Killer Pimp.
And of course, the scene where he lip syncs to Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Oh, people hate that movie, but I love that one.
Which
Charles Grodin too is the bad guy. I love Charles Grodin.
Is that Grodin? Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking, good segue. Also another summer movie, one of my all-time favorites, Midnight Run, which I just realized was released on my birthday in 1980.
Oh wow.
In July. But I'm sure I didn't see it on my birthday, but I did see that. And I've seen that movie so many times. Great soundtrack, Danny Elfman, in a much different type of soundtrack than what you hear in like.
Lance, I think you posted Caddyshack was released on my birthday, like in 1980 or so. If I remember right.
Yeah, I guess that's good. That's a
pretty
good day then.
Yeah, movie.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's one of those movies I can watch whenever it's on.
Did you guys see the Truman Show?
Yeah, I watched it.
That evidently. So you haven't seen it, Lance?
Bits and pieces of it. I've never really sat in a song.
What about you? I don't want to.
No, I've not watched it. No.
Oh, it's a pretty cool movie. But something surreal happened to me. Like I was with a friend of mine, and I don't want to ruin it if you guys haven't seen it or are going to see it. But after you see it, I will tell you. What's that?
I'll go for it.
Well, essentially, the world is like kind of like a created world that they're living inside of a bubble, kind of, where everything is fake, essentially. But everything's being acted out, but they don't know it. Like they're part of this like big conceptual kind of thing. Anyway, fast forward after the movie, we walk out of the theater, and there must have been like a car show or something like that happening, and they set up while we were in the movie, and it was this big tent. It was this big bubble tent. So like we walked out of the movie where we just found out everything was inside of a bubble into an actual bubble. It was one of the most surreal moments of my life. Art, life imitates art kind of thing.
Got it.
Let's see what else here. I'm paging through the summer blockbusters. Oh, great.
yeah.
Oh, see, that was a great one. Raiders, of course.
Black. Do you realize Men in Black is 25 years old now?
I just saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Back to the Future. One of my favorites of all time. Bull Durham.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was great. Ghostbusters, somebody said. Big. Remember Big with Tom Hanks?
Yeah. Great
Yep.
movie. Tom Hanks and Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
That who it was?
In Big, you had Robert Loggia on the piano.
Robert Loggia. That's who it was. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Absolutely right, Lance.
But that's like when Hanks was making not really slapstick, but I mean like was it Volunteers?
Yeah.
Bachelor Party.
Yeah, Bachelor. Yeah. Then he did like a comedy drama with Jackie Gleason, Nothing in Common.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah. We were talking about was it John Candy movies a couple weeks ago?
Oh yeah.
Yep, Volunteer. Yeah.
Nothing But Trouble. Did you ever see that?
No.
Not a good
Yes.
movie, but Nothing But Trouble. Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, Demi Moore. Should be
Demi
a
Moore.
blockbuster.
Yeah, with that cast.
Yeah.
I never saw Canadian Bacon. I think was his final one, right? I never got to see that.
Well, Wagons East, I think, was his final one, but
I
Wagons
definitely
East.
haven't seen that, but I don't think I saw Canadian Bacon. Is that good?
Canadian Bacon is worth watching for sure. Very good movie.
But if
Very,
you're, they should have just called it Ham, right?
What's that? Ham. Yeah. It's
Canada
like
Bacon. I remember you were telling me they don't call it Canadian Bacon in Canada.
no, Canadian Bacon is only you can only buy Canadian Bacon in the United States.
It's so weird. It's not great.
That's really not true because you can, but it's the terminology started down there.
But people make fun of you if you buy.
What was I going to say? With Canadian Bacon, it's complete. It's just a fantastic satire of everything you could possibly imagine. You get great supporting cast as well. Like Alan Alda is the president of the United States, right?
I'm trying to remember if you saw it. I mean,
And like Dan Aykroyd's got a bit part in it. Stephen Wright's got a bit part in it. There's all kinds of little things like that, and it's all satire. It's fantastic.
I didn't see it because I was away at college.
Roger Moore wrote it. Or no, Michael Moore. I'm in. Roger Moore. Yeah, James Bond. Michael Moore.
Roger
Oliver
Moore.
Columbine.
Imagine Michael Moore as James Bond.
That's a different.
Really.
Who was it that said They Live? The Roddy Piper movie, one of the best fight scenes. It's been
I watched
parodied.
that months ago, Lance.
They even did like South Park did a parody of that fight scene.
Bing Rames, is that his name?
No, Keith David, I think.
Oh, Keith David, yeah. Good thing you're here, straighten out all these names.
Yeah.
I get the wrong one. You correct me.
And I gotta see this.
I just saw it
Canadian
probably
Bacon.
3 months ago.
I'm gonna track down Canadian Bacon. I really want to see that.
Yep.
Fantastic movie, though. I
Fantastic.
love it. I don't like the ending at all, but it's fun. It's a fun watch while you're watching it.
It's that. Do I see Rhea Perlman's in it? Kevin Pollak.
Which movie?
Canadian Bacon.
Canadian Bacon. I was gonna say I don't remember them in They Live. That's a different movie. There you go.
There's what you got to look for, JD.
Canadian bacon gets. Oh, this is something else. This is another Canadian bacon. Wait,
Kentucky Fried Movie's awesome.
I'm sorry, I had a screen in front of it. What are you holding up there? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dad might have. I'll ask him. My dad's the one that got me into John Candy.
Yeah, the first time I remember seeing John Candy, I think it was in Vacation, where he was the guard at Water World.
Yep.
Right.
And then around that time, shortly after, I think we started getting SCTV.
Yep.
On local channels.
Oh, what is it? Oh boy, we're at our deadline here, guys.
What's that?
We're hitting the end here. 8:29.
Well, that was a pretty good ad-lib show. I mean,
Dewey Oxford.
Well, it wasn't. Let me correct that. It was ad-lib for me, not for the crew. Already.
Go Game Aquarium. You'll be right here. Don't worry.
Is that an AI?
Oh, that's a great. Had a great video. I'm a subscriber. That's cool.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss anything.
Who is behind the aquarium?
I don't understand the question.
Not physically.
It's just
the wall.
I mean,
It needs happy trails.
the aquarium account. Not physically.
I don't know. We don't know.
Secret.
Look at him. What? Can't go yet?
Can't go yet.
Jeff Salter, where you go? Uh-oh. It started.
Countdown.
Countdown song. So after the show, I'm doing I'm gonna record a video for Playdate video. I'm gonna upload tomorrow. If I can stay awake, man, I'm dead tired, Pete.
After the show,
I answered your message at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, I forget. I get up at my regular time, which is 6 a.m. And I answer a question on the chat. I think, well, whatever. It's late. You guys won't see it till tomorrow, whatever. Jeff answers me within friggin' like 10 seconds. And it's like, I write it back, says, what the hell are you doing up? Like, it's 10 to 4 a.m. your time.
I woke up at 3 because I woke up, I was freezing. I was like, what is going on? Christian had gone, he had turned the air down from like 75 or whatever down to in the 60s. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so cold. So I turned it back up, and then I couldn't sleep. And then I decided to check the manual for Beam Rider so I could try to figure out how to play it. And then Pete sends a message. And I was right there to answer. Ooh, part 2 of the tour will be coming soon.
Nice.
Now I wonder if part 2 will just be the very next shelf, or if it's I guess he's gonna go in order, huh?
how low do those shelves go?
There's 4 total. So you can really only see these. Well, no, you can see this third one. You can't see the bottom one at all.
So what are you going to put down there?
Oh, there's stuff in there.
Yeah, like bodies.
We'll have to wait for the tour. So nice to have a spin-off channel.
But how are you going to do that tour, Jeff? Are you going to like crawl on the ground with the cameras?
Only the aquarium knows.
I don't have anything to do with it.
Just you'll be like kneeling on a skateboard with a GoPro, just at ground level.
Roger, that would be nice. It would also be a lot of work.
When you do this,
and we'd probably get copyright.
And copyright strikes. Yeah,
we've already had enough of those.
We could reenact the movie scenes.
I swear, every time we play any music on the show, it's like boom, it gets hit.
Yeah,
featured one of his videos we got hit. Well, 2 of them, I think.
With Milo.
One with
they just get the
Shaka Khan.
Joel.
The Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shaka.
What was the Billy Joel one?
Oh, the Billy Joel one was the first one that got. It didn't get the strike. It just got a claim, which doesn't mean anything.
Right. Although,
did you feel the pressure?
I did get a strike though, Pete.
For what?
Oh, it was that the one video I did that was showing. I did a Garfield parody, and I had a website.
Yeah,
and I've got like 500 Garfield strips up there of this parody thing I did. And in that video for GoGameGo, I put the link to it, and that was like a year ago. And it turns out, even right now, I have to have my son fix this. It's like been taken over by some kind of malware thing, and so YouTube struck me for uploading or putting a dangerous link on there. So I was like, what, a dangerous link? What are you talking about? So I went back and looked. I was like, oh, that's why, because it's a stupid thing.
You had told me that it had happened before, but you still didn't know why at that point. You still thought it was over the Garfield aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, I was like, well, that just seemed weird because I mean that I've had that site up for 10 years, over 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And never any problems. But yeah, so that after that one, I'm like, I won't even put links in any of my videos anymore. Like, I can't trust them. You never know when something's going to happen.
You never know what.
These guys are asking for clips and stuff, which we can't do. But what we could do is we could just do a barbershop quartet when we have to sing some of these songs. So.
Or yeah, we could reenact a scene.
Oh.
That'd be pleasant.
No, Jeff, you scared me a minute when you said parody. I thought you were talking about the Halloween and the murderers parodies. Like, no, tell me they didn't strike that one.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love that. It'd be fun to do a reenactment, though. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. Oh, one of the best lines ever. Well, I guess we should take off. We said goodbye 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check out Chuck's show. It's on right now. I'm sure he's having fun over there. Should be interesting tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week. Pete, do you have anything coming up?
I released a pickup video about 10 minutes before we started the stream tonight, so check that out. I am hard at work starting now on the Indie Homebrew News and Spotlight, which is also going to feature the Pandora incident as a spotlight game this month, I should say. And I've got quite a bit of news gathered up, waiting for a little bit more to come in. I'm hoping to have that out this weekend, if not early next week. And then shortly after the news is out, I'm going to be doing a live stream with some people, and we're going to be talking about the Intellivision Homebrew Awards for 2022. So those are the things coming up in the very, very near future on my channel.
Very cool. Yeah, like I said, I'll have a interesting Playdate video tomorrow.
And,
that's why I'm wearing the shirt, so I can just film tonight.
I have absolutely nothing coming up on my channel. It's empty.
Nothing.
Feel free to visit it.
Lance, you need a channel.
Oh boy. No, I have so much fun going between you guys' channel. There's no time.
I don't have any time. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't even have enough time to watch half this stuff, much less make something. I attempted 2 videos and never got.
No, I mean the pickup videos, the live streams, they're fantastic. They're just
it's great. I don't have time to make any of them, but I have just as much fun watching them when I do get to watch them. I'll live vicariously through.
Well, you've made a couple pickup videos.
I know. They just never really surfaced.
You just don't make them live.
Well, they were kind of practice videos.
How's that? Videos that are available nowhere.
It was a slippery slope. It was like, I was going to get 1,000 likes. I wouldn't get 1,000 likes. I would probably get 2 likes. And then I would feel compelled to have to do more, and I just have no time to do that.
Views are difficult, man. Let me tell you. Hey, you know what's weird? The Zaxxon video I did,
yeah,
got 200 views for some reason.
Mine's got it's really one of the most popular ones I've done too.
People are probably always Zaxxon for Intellivision. Well, sort of.
Mine are always around 40 or 50. So I don't know. I guess somebody shared it somewhere. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was cool seeing Dreadnought though the other night.
Yeah,
I want
I
to
want to play that more.
Yeah. That's what Zaxxon should have been. I mean, like graphic wise.
Oh, you know what? Oh shoot! Before we go, somebody left a comment on that Zaxxon video, and he said he was angry at a game magazine because they showed a screenshot.
Yeah,
but it kind of looked like Star Strike, where it had walls like this. Kind of like you're going through
through a trench.
Corridor.
Trench thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me see if I can find it.
The ColecoVision one was still the coolest.
He sent it to me.
Report of that.
Oh, this was like a magazine advertisement.
Yeah, I think so. Like, here's the.
Because like some of the Intellivision
here's the
early
back
catalogs
of it.
are all mock-ups.
Can't see it. Oh,
What did Atari's that? Did Atari have Zaxxon too?
See,
yeah.
see the sides there? How it's like you're going through a corridor almost.
That looks like the back of a box.
And
Yeah, it's the back of a box. But I think this was shown in a magazine.
How much more powerful was ColecoVision than Intellivision? Was it a lot?
Not really, just different.
So I mean, like
I think the resolutions and the
Zaxxon
sprite.
looked awesome.
That's totally different.
Oh, it doesn't look anything like that. It doesn't have any of those walls. See,
Yeah,
that's
what happened?
They were
I'm
all
wondering-
artist renditions.
Yeah.
well, but I don't
But-
understand. Like, ColecoVision looks like really, really good. I mean, like head and shoulders above all the other ones at that time, and I don't understand why.
Oh, excuse me. They all had different strengths and limitations, and they were built perfectly for arcade games. The ColecoVision.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even know what Atari Zaxxon looked like. I got to look it up.
Same as the Intellivision one, basically.
Oh God, it looks even
Same
worse.
head on. Okay.
Only even worse.
It looks terrible.
But Jeff, I'm wondering if that box. I wonder if that's the variant box. Like for the Inti games, Coleco, they have like the CBS version, the international version.
Yes. Yeah.
Boxes.
Oh, so you think maybe it actually exists?
It might. I don't know. I mean, that's more probably of a C-Mark question.
You know what? I'm looking
Because I've got like Mousetrap, the CBS version of that, but I don't have the Zaxxon. Or if, I don't even know if they made a Zaxxon one.
It's funny. I'm looking at the Atari 5200 version and the ColecoVision version, and there's not that much of a difference. I mean, there's a little bit of a difference, but like considering the time frame difference, you know?
Well, the ColecoVision, I think, was it 4 sprites on the same line to get a flicker?
Yes.
I don't think the Atari. I don't know if that Atari has that same limitation.
I mean, a buddy, only one of my friends had ColecoVision, and he had a handful of games, and that was one of them. Mousetrap and a couple other ones we played. Duck Hunt, right? That had the light gun.
No, that's not.
Or no, that's Nintendo.
Yeah,
SNES.
Well, wasn't there some sort of like?
I don't remember. I remember the steering wheel
Was there a
expansion port
For
thing.
the Coleco,
Was there a carnival game?
I don't
Probably.
think it had a.
It's
I
such a
don't think
vague,
it like that though.
it's such a vague memory because I mean I only played it a handful of times, but it was a cool system.
Oh, Lance, you're right. The guy said originally he said there was a screenshot in a magazine, but then he wrote back. He goes, I found this. Right, because I found it. It's from the back of a French box for the Atari 2600 version of Zaxxon.
Oh, Atari. Okay.
So I guess it exists somewhere.
Oh, it was Atari Carnival. Sorry, it had that same kind of basic premise. I'm sorry, ColecoVision Carnival.
Oh, before we go, Pete, I played that Atari Switch game, the
Yes.
Flashback Collection. No online. It's just leaderboards. But
Wait.
it's got 150 games. It's a great collection, but there is no
Wait, what is
no
that?
head-to-head play, which
What
would
is
be
this,
awesome.
Jeff?
What's that?
What is that, Jeff?
It is. Oh, I'm trying to think.
Atari
of it right here.
Flashback.
Not the
Atari.
not the new one, the one that existed already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got 150 games. It's got arcade games, 2600 and 5200 games.
But you like it enough to? I mean, if it's on sale, is it worth getting? I just didn't hear very good reviews about it. I wanted it.
I don't know if you like Atari games. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them.
We were looking at it originally because we wanted to play them online, head to head.
Yeah, I bought this a long time ago, but I was looking at it as I said it online. I was like, wait a minute. But no, so I'm hoping that 50th anniversary has some online play because playing head to head in basketball, that would be awesome.
Well, I have the Flashback Gold. I mean, that's a great one. The latest one, whatever that was.
The 9?
So, yeah.
At least I have the 9, but I've had problems with it.
This is the one here.
The one that came with the paddles and the joysticks. Like there was only one iteration of that had paddles and joysticks. So I have whatever that one is. But anyway, I don't know. I don't see a reason to buy those games again for the Switch. But if there's enough variety, if there's stuff that's not on the Atari Flashback console.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty because this has a lot of arcade games on it.
See, the arcade games, that's worth it to me. But not for like $60. I mean, if it goes on sale for like,
I don't know, it was never $60. It's like right now at Amazon, I think it's like $23.
That's not too bad.
I think it's normally 40, but like it's 40 digitally, but that goes on sale for half, sometimes slightly under half.
I swear, Battlezone is never going on sale again.
Yeah.
Like I've watched that now for like a year and a half. It's never happening.
Damn you, Go Game Aquarium.
I was signing off. I know.
All right, now we're going.
Well, now we're gone, and then we'll be in the back room, like off air for the next 2 hours.
Well, thanks everybody.
I'll be asleep in about 5 minutes, I think.
Take care, everyone.
All right, I'll see you.
See you guys.
Bye.